Hello, I'm Sandra, and we're here today to talk about introducing solid foods to a breastfed baby. Now, babies are usually ready for solid foods right around 6 months, give or take a week or two. The CDC recommends around 6 months, not before 4 months. But I really want to say that, in my experience, it can be as early as 5 months, as late as 7 months sometimes. It just depends. And it really varies family to family, household to household, depending on customs and traditions and who's doing the cooking, who's feeding the baby. Is mom feeding the baby? Is grandma feeding the baby? Is the babysitter feeding the baby? But really, you want to look at what we call signs of readiness. And you'll notice babies start to do things like licking their lips and drooling and getting really, really excited when the family is eating and reaching and grasping for foods, almost wanting to snatch foods out of your hand and knock things over, even to the point of getting upset when you don't share food with them. But also, you know that your baby not only feels like they are ready for food, but that your baby is physically ready to start solid foods when the baby can sit up with support, hold their head steady, put fingers and toys in their mouth, hold food in their mouth and swallow it without gagging or choking or dribbling it all over their shirt and their bib. And you know the baby's probably ready to start solid foods. Now, during this time, one of the things that's very important is watching out for allergies. But the other thing that's very important because you're a breastfeeding mother is maintaining your milk supply, protecting your milk that you are currently making so that you don't lose any of it in the process, and keeping breast milk as the main source of nutrition for your baby so that your baby is still getting the immunologic properties of breast milk, still getting all of the nutritional benefits of breast milk, as well as now being introduced what we call complementary foods. But what you don't want to do is start to replace breast milk with food and juice and water. Breast milk is still the number one source of nutrition and immunology for your baby. So, as you're moving into offering solid foods, one of the things that you want to make sure of is that you are watching out for allergies. So we're talking about everything from being gassy, spitting up, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, coughing, sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, and even anaphylactic shock, which can cause a baby to break out in hives and have trouble breathing, so because it's definitely emergency situation. So we want to be very careful, and when introducing solid foods, it's recommended that you offer one new food at a time in small amount and wait 3 to 5 days before offering another new food. Therefore, if unfortunately an allergic reaction does arise, you have a good chance of figuring out what it was that caused that allergic reaction, and you can temporarily take that food away for a period of time, let those symptoms go away, and eventually offer it again in a small amount to see if in fact the baby does actually have a reaction to that food. So it's important to keep that 3 to 5 day space in between new foods so that you can have a chance to identify what's going on. Now, in the meantime, you want to make sure that when you're offering new foods, we offer foods in a bowl and a spoon, not in a bottle. So we do not recommend putting cereal in a bottle and poking a bigger hole in the nipple. Cereal goes into a bowl, and this is something good that you can do with the milk that you're pumping on top of breastfeeding.